And then there's a recording. So, hi everyone, and welcome to another class of Developer Student Club in partnership with SCG. What we are trying to do today is we'll look at what Python is, and then when we look at what Python is, we are going to go from there, and then so let me just share my screen so you can see. Okay, so here's what we have here. So we'll start from the main curriculum means that we're going to start from general information about programming, what Python is, why we learn Python, the features of Python, and all that. Then we'll go into Python syntax, the variables, the arithmetic, and all that. Then we'll talk about Python operations, operators, and flow control. So if statements, else statements, loops, and then we'll talk about data structure. We are at week 4, but we'll do a quick recap for week 1 up to week 3, and we'll just get started right now. For best optimal experience, please mute yourself and then do not use video so that you do not consume data for everyone. And please note that this call is being recorded and live streamed. So I'll just get started. So the first thing I would know is that we wonder what is Python exactly. And Python is an high-level interpreted general programming language that was released in 1991 by Guido van Rossum. Python is around 28 years old, and it is the most used language in the world by 8.2 million developers. And the average developer salary of Python is around 120K. The applications of Python include data analysis, web development, machine learning, DevOps, web scraping. Data analysis means that you're looking at data when you're trying to analyze it. Web development means that you're trying to build websites. Machine learning means that you're trying to train a system that can learn on its own. DevOps means you're trying to do some develop operations and trying to do some under the hood stuff. And the web scraping means you're trying to scrape data on the web. Of course, we have software testing, penetration testing, mobile development, software prototyping, educational purposes, uh, and a whole lot of other applications of Python. Which brings us to why should you learn Python? Python is easy to learn. It has a huge community. There are a lot of free libraries and framework. You could do scripting, automation. It is multi-purpose, basically. And then the truth is Python is used everywhere by everybody. Spotify, edX, Yahoo, Google, Dropbox, Uber, Instagram, IBM, a whole lot of companies use Python in different aspects of their operations. And then, of course, if you are not still convinced about learning Python, then look at this image. So, of course, I expect everyone has gotten their Python installed by now. So if you've not, please head over to python.org/download to get it installed and downloaded. Please, it is important that you mute yourself when you join the call so that you do not disturb the experience of everyone else. Okay, I just did. Which now brings us to, okay, we're assuming that we already have Python set up and we want to, so this is how you've gone to the site, you've downloaded Python. This is how you open it. You search. I think everyone can see my screen. Yes. So if you search for idle, you're going to see here idle comes up. And then, yeah, so this is the Python idle. Hold on, please. Yeah, so for week 2, what we're supposed to look at, which is just a quick revision of, is that we are supposed to, hold on, let me just check. So we're supposed to look at syntax, indentation, quotation, comments, variable types, strings, arithmetic. So let's just do that real quick. The way it works is that, so I think everyone can see my screen. Let me try and enlarge my idle size so that it becomes bigger. Configure idle font size. No, cancel. Configure idle and then font size 16 and then apply and then okay. So I think it's much clearer now and everyone can see. So the way it looks, is, so firstly, let's say I want to print something to the shell. The way you do it in Python is you say print, and then you type whatever you want to print. So print, my name is Big Tutor. So this print is going to run it and then print my name is Geek Tutor. And this mode is called the interactive mode. Yeah. I know it's called the shell mode. Yeah, it's called the shell mode. And then, yeah, you can see here that you can restart your shell. You can go to previous history. You can go to next history. But this is not where you see the beauty of Python. Where you see the beauty of Python is in the file mode, where you create new file, and then you can write your Python codes here and save it to a file. The extension of Python is .py. And because it is .py, so let's say I want to do the same print. Print, my name is, if I run this, I have to save it somewhere. So run, it says save. So let's assume I'm saving in a folder on my document called AI6, and I'm saving it first file. Of course, the extension is Python, so .py, and then it saves, and then you can see that and you can see that it's running from this place. Now, if you go to your file directory and you go to your document and you go to your AI6, you can see that this first file is there. It means that you can write a code and then copy the code from your laptop to another person's laptop and still run it. And that's the beauty of of Python and how it looks like. I'm coming, please hold on. And that's the beauty of Python. So, that's how easy it is to run Python. So, let's say I want to add something to this file. For you to comment in Python is quite easy. There are two types of commenting. The first type is called single line comment. So we say this is a single line comment. And what single line comment means is that this code here will not show as part of the code. It's just to like a note to yourself or anybody reading the code that I did this here. So if I run it, you see that I just print my name is Sodiq and then it discards the comment as if nothing happened, which is the way it's supposed to be. So they are called single line comments. And then we also have, but in a case where let's say I keep typing comments. Okay, hold on, please. Let's say I type this comment and then it goes past one line. So I want to try and it goes past one line. At this point, it won't work again because this single line only affects this top line and not the third line. So what you can do is use what they call a multi-line comment. A multi-line comment has 3 apostrophe, then you can put whatever you want to comment. This is a multi-line comment, and then you can do this. And then when you run it, you can see that the comments will not have any effect because it's a multi-line comment. But comments are really, they are like very important part of programming because at this point, you can use it to pass an information to yourself. You can use it to remind yourself that this is what you were doing here. So I can even make it, I am testing multi-line comment. So that's the 2 types of comments we have: single line and multi-line. And then the truth about Python is that spacing is very, very important. So if I mistakenly put a space here and I save it and I run the code, okay, it will still work. It will still work. But if I come here and mistakenly put a space and I run the code, okay, still work. But spacing is really very important in Python. That's another very important thing. So that's comment. Then let's talk about variables. So variables are, so let's say, for example, look at this file that I have here. Let me comment this print and comment it. So just look at the way you want to, let's say in Python, normally you want to do, come here. And then Python has an inbuilt calculator itself that can do mathematical operations. So you can say 5 plus 7, it's going to give you 12. You can say 7 plus 9, it's going to give you 16. You can say 10 plus 19, it's going to give you 29. And there's a way you can, assign variables to numbers or anything. So let's start from numbers. So if I say something like A equals to 7, and I press enter, and I say something like B is equals to 9, if I say C is equals to A plus B, and then I print C, note something. When I was printing here, I wrapped it around a single quote because I was trying to print what they call a string. I'll still get there. But here, I didn't wrap it around a string because I'm trying to print a variable. So if I press enter here, you see that 16 comes to the screen because it goes and check this thing here, that what is my A? A is 7. What is my B? B is 9. Then it does 7 plus 9, which gives me what? 16. And that's really the way it works. So we can do, so the downside to the interactive shells is that assuming I want to change the value of A, I have to retype the process again. But using this file system here, I don't have to. So I can say A is equals to 8, B is equals to 9, C is equals to A times B. And then I can print what? C. And then if I run this thing, you see that I just print what C is for me because my A is 8, My B is 9, and 8 times 9 is what? 72. Now, with this file, I can come here and just change 8 to 20 and then run it again. Gradually, you'll be learning other tips. But before, and then another thing that is really important as variables is that we have, okay, before that, let's quickly take a look at, so we've taken a look at comment, we've taken a look at multi-line, single line, and then we've talked slightly about variable. And other mathematical operations that you can do. So you can do multiplication, you can do division, you can do addition, A plus B. We can do, what else do we have? Subtraction, A minus B. And then we can also do something that is, so let's say you want to do raised to power. And you know, raised to power means what? Index power of something. So you can say G is equals to B raised to power, no, B raised to power A will be B. So let's give it, let's use a small number. So let's say we have 20. I want to try and use a small number so that the number is not outrageous. Yeah. So I think this is good. So we can say B. But the key thing here, watch it. So here I said A is 6. That means anywhere you see A, replace it with 6. Here I said B is 4, which means anywhere you see B, replace it with 4. Here we are saying that our C is A times B. So it means that A times B is C. And then here we can say A divided by B is equals to D. E is what? A plus B. F is A minus B. G is, now G means raised to power. And then if you're doing raised to power, it has to be double star. So the difference between this star and this 2 star is because one is index, the other one is multiplication. So if I print B, sorry, I need to print C, D, E, F, and G. Yeah, so those are the values that I'm going to print. And those are the operations I'm going to talk about. As an assignment to yourself, read on floor division and how to do it in practice. So now, if I run this, let's now look at it one after the other. You will see that the first line, I get 24 here. I'm saying 6 times 4, which is what? 24. The second line division, I say 6 divided by 4, which is 1.5. The third line, I say D, that's E, A plus B, 6 plus 4, that's 10. The fourth line, A minus B, that's 2. The fifth one, 4 raised to power 6 is 4096. And that is how we come about the answers. There's one final thing called modulus. What modulus does is that it returns the remainder. It returns the remainder. So if you do, which I'm not going to do here, I'm also going to add it to the assignment. If you do 6% 4, the remainder is what? 2. So it's going to return the remainder, which is 2. And that is the way modulus works. I'm not going to go into details. I will share this file with everyone so you can use it to practice and all that. So this is really key, and please read on them. That's part of your assignment that you can use. And then which brings back to the different types of variables that we have. So I'll just copy this. Let me see whether there are comments. Okay, there are no comments here. So please, if you have anything, just comment. I would see them. So yeah, back to our different types of variables. So Think of variable like a box, right? And when I say a box, you know that when we are dealing with things in real life, so we can have things that are numbers, we can have things that are letters, we can have things that are booleans, which I will explain. So let's start from the first one, integer. Integer are numbers, numbers like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all this place where I'm saying a is equals to 6, I'm saying that a, I'm turning you to an integer with a value of what? 6. That's as simple as that. B is equals to 4 means that B is an integer of what? 4. And then they are user defined value. So it means I'm the one that defined it. For Boolean, a Boolean can either be true or false. Boolean can either be true or false. And what this means is that a Boolean can either take a value of true or false. And the way to declare values in Python is the same. So if I want to say F, no, let's use another E, F, G, H, I, and say I is equals to true. And then this one here means that I'm saying that I should be a Boolean. Another thing is floats. So floats are decimal point numbers. So you have 4.5, 4.6, 4.9, and all these things. So they are floats. And then I think there's a way you can check. I'm coming. Yeah, you can do a two. Yeah, so you can check what a type of something is by using the command type in the shell. Okay, so you can say, let's say I say A is equals to true. Oh, you can't set to true now because true is not defined. Um, so let's say I give a value of A is equals to 9.7. And then I want to check what type of variable A is. You can see that it says what? Float. And then that's how floats are, and that's how they work. For strings, strings are letters or numbers. So if you say something like A is equal to, and then you enclose string with quotation mark. That's very key. I am the geek tutor. And then when you check for type of A, you can see that it is what? An str, which stands for string. So that's basically how it works. And yeah, that's it. When I save my first program, when I open it, it doesn't open again. Really it from my side. Sadiq will take over from here. Please, whoever is disabling the live stream, please can we not disable it so that we can have a recording that is working. Thank you. So Sadiq will take over from here and continue with flow controls, operators, and then we'll take it from there. Can anyone even hear me? Because
Yes, we
it
can.
looks like I've been talking to myself all the while. Okay, awesome. Sadiq, where are you?
I'm here.
Yeah, so over to you.
Uh, okay, so hope we're all getting what Geek have been saying since. Um, okay, he stopped at I think string, right? And he talked about saving variables and running your first Python file. Um, sorry, give me a minute. Okay, talk about data types, string, floats, integers, and so on. So you talk about how to get it by using the type function to get your the type of your variable is either int or string, and okay you can change a variable from either from you can cast a variable from string to any other one you want to do, or from int to float. Like, okay, I say a is equal to 6. Then if I say int, if I say float 6, then it turns it to a float, and again that's going to be 6.0. Sorry, let me open my ID and share my screen. Hello, hope you guys are hearing me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. Sorry, let me share my screen now. Sorry, give me some minutes to share my screen. Okay. Mm, Sorry for the delay. I need to get the slide now so I can share my screen. Okay, so what I'll be talking about here now, I'll be talking about Python operations and the flow control. Since so
We
the
can't see your screen.
oh sorry, let
Just
me
share an application window, or you
I will
can share your entire screen. Anyone.
share my entire screen.
Yeah, we can see it now.
You can see my screen now. Okay, okay. So what I'll be talking about is okay. Geek talk about the Python syntax, variables, and arithmetics. Introduce and variable types. Okay, and I think he talked about um commenting, then multiple line comment. That's adding doc string to your Python code. Is the Python operations and workflow. So I'll be talking about the conditional statements, which is the if and else, and okay, comparison operators, conditional statements, if and else. Then I'll be talking about the loops, the for loop, the while loop, then the range, break, then continue. Um, so let's go to the file. I'm coming. Sorry. Okay, let me get the v3 file here. Okay, so the types of operation. Okay, I'm sorry. Python operation operators and flow control. After about what we are going to discuss here. So basic Python operators are special symbols in Python that carry out arithmetic or logical computation. The value that the operator operates on is called the operand. which is the here plus is the operator and that performs addition like normal math, the subtraction. Then okay, we have the floor division, we have the okay, we have the normal division, we have the floor division, we have the times, we have the raised to power, which the times is the star, then the raised power is the double star. Let me share my okay my VS code. I'm coming. Sorry, so I'll be using VS code. I don't have idle here, so um yeah. Okay, so I talked about the floor division. Okay, let me say if 2 raised to power, sorry, 2 raised to power of 3, and if I run the code, it should give me 8.
Can you increase your font size so that we can see better?
Oh, okay, okay. Is it better now?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's better now. Okay. I'll say print 2 raised to the power of 3, then it should give me 8. See, this is 8 here. That's the raised to the power operation. Then for the times, for the multiplication, that's 2 times 3, that's 6. Then for the addition, which you know, this will give me 5. Just introducing you, this will give you 5. I think okay, we have the floor division. Let me say that the floor division is 2. Yeah. So what this should give me is the integer. It won't give me the decimal since. And if I run the code, 8 divided by 3 normally. Let me run 8 divided by 3. It's going to give me 2.6. But the floor division is not going. It's just going to give me the integer part of the division, which is 2, which you can see here. Okay, so um, what I was saying, addition, subtraction, division. This is the modular sign, and this floor division and raised to power. Then okay, this one I will explain it later when I'm talking about the if and else statement. So okay, this one are comparison operators. Like when you are assigning variables, we are using you're using one equal to sign. But for the double equal to sign, are going to be for double equal to sign. It is when you're comparing two things. Okay, let me say if I say that print 2 equals 3. This since what this is doing now is going to check if 2 is equal to 3. Then since it's not, it's going to give me false. But if I do 2 equals 1 plus 1, then this should return a true because 2 is equals to 1 plus 1, which is true. That's comparison. Then the other one, greater than, if 2 is greater than 1, should give me a true. Then for greater than or equal to, this, okay, let's say, okay, 2 greater than or equal to, if I say 0.1, it should give me false. Sorry, oh yeah, it should actually give me true because I did greater than, sorry. This when I should get my false because 2 is actually greater than 0.1 and not equal to it. Okay, so that's all for initial explanation. Then this one here is not equal to. It's not equal to the exclamation and equal to. So if I say print 2, let me say check if 87 is not equal to 86 plus 1 plus 1. So this should give me a false because 86 plus 1 is equal to 87. Condition was met. Condition was not met, sorry. Then this should give me true because 87 is not equal to 89. Are just simple operators. Okay, I talk about the assignment operator. This is the equal sign. Then the plus or equal to, it's you can write it in two different ways. I said okay, 2 plus or equals to 3. 2 plus, no, sorry. Um, okay, let me do this. Let's say a is equals to 3. I said now like a plus or equals to 6. Then I'll be like print a. Okay. This is a is equal to 3. Then I said a plus or equal to 6. This can also mean this. Let me write a comment here. This is a equals to a plus 6. Sorry, a plus 6. Yeah. So that's it. So okay, look at this thing now. I said a is equal to 3. Then I analyzer said a plus or equal to 6. That means a is equal to 3. Then a is equals to 3 plus 6. So my output should be 9. Yeah, which is here. So that's what plus or equal to sign does. Then okay, we'll talk about the main operators yeah later. Okay, I think this one for the minus or equal to the same thing. Everything here actually is the same thing. Just separate it. The for this one it is okay. Let me give reference to the last example I did. Is the a equal to a minus something. So that's right. So logical operators, the and, the or, and the not. Yeah. Then we have Boolean. I don't know why it's not here. We have Boolean, which are the true and false. We have okay for the and. Let me give for the and or and not. I'll talk about it when I am talking about the if statements. Okay, then we have the bitwise operators, membership operators, and the identity operators. I'll explain them later. These are the basics that we need now. These are what we need for now. I think for today's class. Okay, this is a code snippet. Now conditional statements, if and else. Conditional statements, they perform the way you want them to perform if a particular condition is met. The first is the if, then okay, we have three blocks of the conditional statement. We have the if, the elif, then the else. But for now, for the beginning part, um I'll talk about the if and else statement for you. Oh, sorry, let me go back to the right slide. Yeah, I'll talk about the if and else statement for you for now. Okay, so let's give reference to something. Let me open this conditional statement if and else. This is W3 schools. I think the slide does not have enough. It's not yet updated like that. So I'll talk about it. I'll be using W3 school as my reference. Okay. Now let's look at this. A is 33 and B is 200. If B is greater than A, print B is greater than A. Let's write this in our IDE. Like what we did here. A is this, and B is equals to 6, 7. Then your if and else statement should be like this. If B is greater than A, then don't forget your colon. At the end of your if statement, you write your colon, then you press enter. It automatically indents it for you. Indentation, and it is four spaces by default in your IDE. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's indentation. But as if you have as since all of us use IDEs, right? If you press enter, it will automatically indent it for you. So if B is greater than A, I'll do print B is greater than A. B is greater than A. Don't forget it has to be in your this. So when I do this, see it print B is greater than A because B is 75 and A is that. Okay, now let me introduce let me do something. Let me tweak this. Let me change A variable to B, then the B variable to A. And if you notice when I do this, it won't run anything. You see, it didn't run anything at all here because look at the condition. I said if B is greater than A, that means it's only if and only if B is greater than A, then greater than A. So now this is where your else condition comes. So now be like if B is greater than A, print B is greater than A, else print B is less than A. So looking at this now, what the if and else condition does, the code come pass through here and checks if B is greater than A. Here B is 68 and 75. Clearly B is less than A. So it runs here, then look at this. It doesn't do anything because it didn't meet the condition. But since the last time I ran it, there was no else block there. But now since there's else statement there, it's going to come to the else part and check. So if B is greater than A, else print that. So he checks it, it didn't meet the if condition, then automatically it meets the else condition. So we're going to run it, and yeah, B is less than A. So if you have any questions, let me check. If you have any questions for me, please you can ask. Yeah, if you have any questions, please you can talk to me on what problem you have, and I'll get back to you. So that is done for that. I talked about indentation. It's going to automatically if you do this. Okay, let me start raising errors for you. Looking at this now, it is not indented. I will run this code and it gives me an error. And that's what I like about Python. It tells you the line, it explains your error for you to the best way it can, and gives it to you in your IDE, so you'll be able to debug your code. Looking at this now, you can see it gave error. Look at this. This is the directory of the file, first.py. Then line 4, and the line 4 says print B is greater than A. Looking at this now, we didn't indent it, so that's where the error is. I told you the error at line 4. See my look at okay. It tells you the error at line 4, then gives you the name of the error, indentation error. So that's its indentation error, expected and indented block. So if you do this, indent it again and run it, it will work and run my code. Okay, so going to the indentation part. So now the elif part. I told you if has three blocks. So if has three blocks, the if, the elif, and the else. That's how the function goes. So now the elif keyword is a Python way of saying if the previous conditions were not true, then try this condition. Okay, now see see it here. A is 33 and B is 33. Okay, let's work on it in our A is 33 and B is 33. If B is greater than A, print B is greater than A. Then elif A equals B. You know, I told you, looking at this elif condition now, you can see it's not one equal to sign, it's two. So this comparison statement. So the two equal to sign. So that means you're going to check if A is equal to B, then print A and B are equal. If I run this, it should print that since A is equal to B. Okay, so let me do this. I'm adding the last else statement. I'm like else print. Okay, let me do this. Print. I can't. Okay, let me say there is no comparison. Okay, look, if you notice when I was writing, I put the the two quotation mark sign. It's the same thing. The same thing with the one and the two. Same exact thing. Let me run this code. Okay, let me do this. 67 and it runs. B is greater than A actually, but it's going to work. So if I do this, okay, let me do this around this particular code again. Let me remove the double quotation and it's going to run fine the way it ran before. Okay. Since let me tweak this and put 396. We need to put if there is no comparison. So it actually worked. So look at it went to the condition if B is greater than A. So since that condition was not met, it went to the elif part. If elif means else if. It's broken down like this. Let me break it down for you. Else if it will still work fine. Okay, sorry, there's an indentation error. Okay, let me see. Bring out the error for me. Another indentation error for me. Coming. Sorry here. Um, coming. Aha, so it worked. But looking at this code now, it seems so rough and somehow for me because the see, I have to be indenting and be checking errors. But it actually worked. There is no comparison. So elif is still same thing as fine. Okay, let's go back to what we're using. The else statement. Okay, that's what I did. Adding the else part in the last condition. Okay, so let me see. Short and if. Okay, this is okay, let me not bother you with this short and if because it's when you are comfortable with writing your normal code, then you start thinking of writing that. But it works anyways. Let me just try it for you. Let me just try it for you. Then same thing. If A is greater than B, print A is greater than B. So don't forget again. I actually forgot. It's this. Then I'll not comment this part and I'll do this. Then it should work. A is greater than B. So that's a short and if. Okay, let's continue here and we go. Okay, we said condition for using that short and if and else. If you have only one statement to execute, one for if and one for else, then you can put it all in the same line. Then your code will not be to not be confusing for another person to read. That's one thing about it. Design of Python. Let me talk about that first. So by knowing design of Python, import this written by Tim Peters. Import this and run. That brings out design of Python. So let me show you. Let me read it out to you and explain. Beautiful is better than ugly. Explicit is better than implicit. Simple is better than complex. Complex is better than complicated. Okay, I think. Okay, let me explain. Beautiful is better than ugly. Look at this code that we wrote here. And I wrote. Let me see. I wrote a code. I ran it. Then I changed it to this. I changed to else. Then I used my if statement here. Then I indented this part. Then indented here too. Let me just call that back. Indented here too. You see, it actually still runs, but then okay, indentation error. Yeah.
Your last thing.
So there's no comparison. So like now, look at this now. I said when I was detecting this, I said explicit is beautiful is better than ugly. Looking at this code now, it doesn't to me to the level I've written Python. I can't write my code like this because it's not beautiful enough for me. I like my code to be very simple and short and it works the way it's supposed to work. So changing it back to early, you can see it looks better, and I run it. See, it's still running and it looks better. Like I said, okay, I was saying dictating this simple is better than complex. Your code should be simple enough. Look at now. I'll explain that well to you when I'm talking about the for loops. That's when your code gets more complicated. So when I'm talking about the for loop, if I run for that in that, then it goes when I talk about looping, it goes from the first part. You may not understand it now. I explain it later in class. It goes from the first. Let's say I have a list. I have a list of numbers. Then let's say like 100 numbers. The complexity is very high. If I want to look through everything and print it out, or if I want to look through it and find the squares of the numbers in the list, then it's going to the code is going to be complex. It takes a long time to run. So um that's the basic explanation of for loops I'll give you. Then flat is better than nested. Like the one line if statement we use condition online, the shorthand if and else before. Okay, the and. Yeah. Two conditions at a time. Looking at this now, let's try. Okay, so okay. I said if A is greater than B and C is greater than A, then print both conditions are true. Then this should actually work when I run it. You see, it will work. This work, both conditions are true. Okay, let me check this terminal and run it again. Sorry. Uh, let me run this again. So it will actually work. Both conditions are true. Said if A is greater than B and C is greater than A, then print both conditions are true. Um, that's all for this adding and then using your or. For your or, take a look at your boolean. Sorry, your what is this called? Your and or not. Oh, I've forgotten what it's called. But if I do or, what and does it looks at both conditions. That's when I explain this well by printing both conditions are true because that the if statement actually looks at the two conditions met, the other one has to be met for you to print the output. But then for the or part, you just need only one condition to be met. Only one. If this one is met, it works. If this one is met, it works. So that's how it does. Let me tweak this code and run. It still works. I think yeah, A is actually greater than B, then C is greater than A. So it works. Let me reduce it to 9. So both mention are still true actually, but only one is what I say you should print out. So A is greater than B, which is clearly seen here. C is greater than A. The condition is not met. But since this one works and you're using or, it works. But and it's not going to work. It didn't run anything because both conditions were not met. It only works for my or, and that's all. Then it should print out. So let's okay, oh yeah, what I did before. Your if statement, it's called nested if. You go to nested for loops too, and like that. But then for your nested if, your if statement is going to come. Then under the if statement there will be another condition. So what it means is that looking at this code now, looking at this code, like x is equals to 41. Let's take this to the ID 1. If x is greater than 10, print above 10. Then goes again under the if statement, this other one. If x is greater than 20, print and also above 20. Else print not above 20. So if the condition will start working, if and only if x is greater than 10. So x is since x 41 now, x is greater than 10, then let me do this and run. Since okay, above 10 and also above 10. So this will uh because it goes under the if statement, x is greater than 10, print above 10, it works like that. Then since x is actually also greater than 20, so also above 20, I will run it. See above 10 but not above 20 because x is 14. But if I do 6, see it didn't work at all because x is not above 10, so it's not going to even work. But then if I put else under here and I put print less than 10. So when I do this, it will work because it's less than 10. 6 is less than 10. So it goes under the if statements and it doesn't meet the condition, then straight to the else. If it meets this condition, then to go under the nested if and else again and try and check the conditions there before it can work. But since this didn't work, the else statement will automatically without this output. So the pass statement, yeah. Let's go back to and run this, and I'll be like else pass. It didn't run anything also because I passed. I like the condition was if x is greater than 10, else pass. It's not greater than 10, so the code is going to pass it and it shouldn't bring out any output. So I think that's all for if and else statement. If and else statement. That's all for if and else statement for now. Okay. That's all for if and else statement for now. So in a short while, the next tutor will come and take the for and the while loops. But then let's check the discussion forum. You guys should ask questions. You guys come and ask me questions. You guys should ask questions of what you don't understand, please, before the next tutor comes in. Babatunde. Why can't I see the Okay, before he comes in, let's quickly take a recap on what we want to do. Okay, now, so let's take a recap. Doing what we did. We checked the if and else. That's what I talked about today. And the conditions you can put under if and else statements is equal to, not equal to, less than or equal to, then greater than or equal to. Then what we did, we first checked for the greater than part, and we said that if it doesn't work, if it, that's the if statement. When you add the else statement, okay, now, sorry. Um, so if I do this, let me define A and B first. I'll say A is equals to 56 and B is equals to 89 is equals to 88, sorry, and C is equals to 100. Work. So you need to know how it works. So which is wrong. So it couldn't work at all. add
Okay.
more than one condition when you're doing your if and else statement, and it should work. Now, if time you check your code, tweak it, add some things, add what you want to add, try and error, then you do what you want to do. Every your code should work. If error comes, don't be scared. You debug stuff. I don't know why the next tutor have not come in. Let me check on it. Okay, loops. Looking at the word loops, it goes over and over again till all what he wants to do is done. So Python has to only if the condition you put there is met, then that's when the while loop will work. Okay, it's less than 6. Print I, then I plus equal to 1. This is where the confusion comes now, because looking at what we learned. So what this is going to do, since I is equal to 1, we initialize I. And I said while I is less than 6, print I. So now when and then I plus or equal to 1. So going, it adds to 1. So when it has to I, sorry. So when I is now when I is no more less than 6, then it stops. When you run it, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, when is it, the code why it didn't work for 6? Because if I is 6, then it's going to be greater than 6. So it's going to be equal to 6, and which is not the condition. But let me see, if I do this, then 6 should be printed out. So this works now. But and while look, if I tell you while I is let's say, okay, in fact, this make loop while true, print that it continues to roll and does not work. It continues to roll. Okay, looking at this, see my code doesn't stop running, it continues. This is an infinite loop. All right then, so that's all for the while loop I'll introduce you to. The next tutor is going to come now, so he's going to come here, like he's going to talk in this place. So let's welcome Mr. Babatunde.
Shina.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Babatunde. So now what we are supposed to be doing is I'm supposed to continue the while loop, then we go to for loop. Um, do we have questions? Any questions? Okay, so now as I said, while looping is a way to perform a task consecutively, like recurrently. So if you want to probably do multiplication table, for example, now you want to get the multiples of 5 from 1 to 50. You don't want to be writing 0.5 times 1, 0.5 times 2, like that. So you want to do something like loop through 1 to 50, then you what? Then you start printing 5 times the value in the loop. So that's what loop is. And we have two types of loops, while loop, for loop. Now, while loop, this condition of a while loop is this while the statement, then the expression. So that's the condition of a while loop. While the statement, then the expression. Now, as you can see, while the first thing you have to initialize your variable, or what you want to use to perform the condition. For example, if I tell you while I is less than or less than 6 here now, while I is less than 6, while I is less than 6, if I say this, what happens is that we know I is less than 6. Now, if I don't define I before, I will first look for the variable I. Does not see that variable, it will give us an error. Now let's try and run this.
Why?
As you can see, it's giving me a name error. Name I is not defined. So what happens is that it checks I and it does not know what I is. As you can see, when we did that, when it did while
As a
true,
person, so
this
as a
gives
this is
this gives
this give
okay.
cyber because I can
Hello?
Hi, Babatunde. We can't hear you already.
Okay, let me just mute myself.
So, so please, you have to start again from the beginning of the for loop because we
Okay.
lost you totally and we didn't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, now
No, I
for
think please start from that while loop. Let's start from that while loop.
okay. Now I said while loop. In Python we have loops. Loops is a way to i- to iterate over something, to do something recursively or in a sequence. So I want to, for example, now I want to print the first six numbers, or if I want to print the first six numbers now, I can just do point one, point two, point three, four, and five and six. But then let's say I want to print the first 100 numbers, it won't be. It is not a good idea for me to start printing, writing point one, point two, 100. So instead, let me just do something like loop it. So I should do something that can just like a program that can just loop and get the value I want to print for me without me writing them myself. So that's what this does. Now, initially, I saved my I as one. Then I print. I said why I is less than six. Is I less than six? Yes. I is equals to one, and one is less than six. So what happens is it will print I, and which is one. Then the next line is called incrementing. If you remember from the arithmetic operators, the assignment operators and arithmetic operators, we add this plus equal to assignment, where we update I by adding one to I, because this is something as well, to I equals to I plus one. Then I change I to what, to two. Then next line, next, it's because the loop is still true, the condition is still true, so it keeps on what, doing that condition. And that's why in an infinite loop it will keep on running. If I write y true print one, the condition will always be true, and it will always print one for me. Good. So now, if I want to perform a similar task with the for loop, which is the other loop we have in Python, basically I prefer for loop, but there are some cases where you don't use for loop. They have their advantage. You use for loop where you don't know where that thing will end. You use while loop where you know where it will end. For example, now I know is less than six. That's what I know where it will end, six. Yeah, now let's say for example I have a sequence of values that I don't even know the length, and I want to get everything inside them. Then I can just use a for loop. I don't need to start using while loop. It's a bad practice actually. Now, for I in your range six, range is a function, is a Python built-in function. So basically what happens is that it returns a sequence of values from, yeah, I have just six. So by default, the first start is zero and the stop is what I put in six. But I can add my own stats myself. I can add my own stats myself. I can put zero as my start. If I do this, so it will start from zero and ends at six, but it will not include six. The stop, the value there is not included. So if I run this code now, Okay, so okay, yeah. So let me just. I have an error here. I'm supposed to put three brackets there, not two. So good. Now, as you can see, the first six values are for the while loop. Second six values here are for the for loop. So for I in range 0,6, it prints 0, 1 to 5. Now, as you can see this list range, I want to just show you what this outputs. Before we were seeing range 0,7. Now, that is because the range function, most of all these built-in Python functions don't return a list or a tuple or data structure like that. They return a their own particular data structures, which we can now change to our desired data structure. For example, now I casted it to a list, I turned it to a list. I could turn it to a tuple by just putting the tuple function. So if I run this now, you should be seeing a tuple outside in the cons terminal. So as you can see now, it has changed towards parentheses. So that's how we use for loops. Now to continue, now look at this example now. Foot, I have a foot data structure. I have a foot data structure. So now it has three foots. For example, maybe I like my best foots. I put them in a particular data structure, which are apple, banana. Now I want to probably I can decide that okay in this list I want to print something. I want to do something with what is inside the words, the data structure. So I have to use a loop, and the loop I'll use here is a for loop because it is easier for me. Now, so the same syntax as before, but here instead of having a range function that returns a list of value, we have our list already. So here we have the list created for us. We created our list by ourselves already, so we don't have to use range again. So for x in foots, print x. Now, what do you think will happen here? What do you think happens here? It enters foots, this foots, and starts from the first element. Now, if you remember the membership operator, the membership operator, yep, don't repeat it. So if you remember this, if you look at this place, you have membership operators. Now, membership operators is just the in. So I'm trying to open this code snippet for you guys to see. Good. Now, here, I'm trying to zoom out, but it seems I can't. Okay, I think it's clear this way. Now, if you look at this particular code snippet I'm highlighting on, B equals to a list. Now, I said 3 in B. It's 3 present in B. So it looks at what happens here is that it enters B and checks if 3 is there and it returns true. If it is not, it will return false. But here, now I want to loop. I'm trying to loop into the data structure here. Now, I said for X in foods. So it will enter food and be putting check out every element inside the food for me. Now, what do I want to do with X? I want to just print it. So I have this. So let me just copy and paste this. So I'm trying to highlight that so you can just see the output of this. Now let's run this. As you can see, we have apple, banana, and cherry. Now, actually, I like running code like this. So in case if I have errors inside, you'll be able to get the error where the error is. And you it's what how this works is that it runs the code line by line. If you use the normal play button here, it runs the script it stops at where the error is. This one, it runs like as if it is running it line by line and shows me the particular error message, everything. So it's actually the same thing, though, but it's kind of better. So yeah, we've seen our output. It basically just outputs everything in the list one after the other. Now you can see for X in banana print X. Now this is a string, it's not a list. So instead it will print every character. You know, list. If I do uh you enter data structure soon, though, but let me just do something here. If I do something like this now, print and I print, I want to print the first element in each of these data structures. I'm having an error. Okay. So let me quit this first. Yeah, it works. Follow me. Now, the first three things you are seeing here is from this loop. Now, I said print foot zero. This is just basically indexing. And I think I said something about this earlier that in Python we start counting from zero. So the first element, that's the zeroth index of foot. In foot is what? Apple. While the first element of zeroth index of banana is what? B. So if I want to now loop in through banana, so let's write that. Yeah, so what I did there is that I said for elements in banana, I don't want to be using X too much. So we don't think the only thing we can use is X, I, and J. It's basically anything. But and it should be descriptive. So I think L is better than X, at least element. So it's telling me it's a string though. So for elements in banana, print my letter is element. So this one will print my letter is B, my letter is A, and stuff till it gets to the last element. So let's run. Sorry. So one bad side of this is I have to start quitting. It's just like me working in the terminal directly, writing code in terminal. So now you see my letter is B, my letter is A, my letter is N. So the sequence banana is here. So I can do more actually. And you end up working with complex data structures. I'm sorry, problems that you have to the knowledge about this thing will be needed. Now, okay, foods. Now, exits. So we have what we call break statement. We have what we call break statement. Um, so now break statement, what break statement does is that if you're in a loop, if a condition is met and you put break, what you do is simply that you leave the loop immediately. It exits the loop. That's all. So if you look at this one now, for foot in this, for for X in foot, print X. If X equals to banana, break. So what happens is that if you print the first one, it's not banana actually. So it leaves the loop the condition, enters the loop again, is now banana. It prints banana. Then since X equals to banana, it leaves the loop. It said break. So break will what? Leave the loop. Break will leave the loop. So let me copy this code. So yeah, let's run this. As you can see, it prints apple, it prints banana, but you know print cherry. Now let's look at something. And that thing we'll look at now is continue statements. Oh, okay. Exit the loop, X is banana, but this time the break comes from the print, before the print rather. So yeah, for X in this, if X equals to banana, break. Now what happens is that when I loop, is X, it will first check question, is X equals to banana? No, it prints apple. The second thing is X equals to banana, yes, actually. Then it leaves the loop. So the only thing that will be output here is what? Apple. So let's try that out. So aha. So let's run this and see our output. As you can see, Apple is the only thing that is what giving me. Why? So let's look at our code again. This fruits for X in fruits. If X is banana, break. Is X equals is Apple equals banana? No. This question is not true. It prints Apple. Is X equals banana at the second index? No, yes, actually, because banana equals banana, that's true. So it breaks out of the loop. So you use break. If, for example, you are trying to get elements. Let's, for example, now you want to print numbers from 1 to 50, but you remember that okay, if this loop should get to 50, sorry 30, you want to leave the loop. You don't want to do it again. But if, for example, if it skips 50, then not it should just print. Let's say you are printing from you want to put all the odd numbers, for example. It will print 135 to 49. Now, if you want to put all numbers, it prints 1 to 49. Now, let's say, for example, you don't want 30 to be there. In either cases, it will when you are putting 1 to 30 continuously, it leaves the loop at 30. But when you are printing the odd numbers, it will not leave the loop because 30 is not in the sequence. So that's it. Now, and that thing we have is a continuous statement. Now, let's, for example, I want to print the first 15 numbers, but I don't want to print 30. I don't want to print 30. So that's what this does. For X in fruits, if X equals banana, continue, then print X. So initially it leaves two fruits. Is X equals banana? No. So it leaves the loop at that instance and what goes back to the loop. So that is for the first time X is banana apple. So this condition is not met. It will print it. Second time X is banana. The condition is true. So it will continue. That means it will exit the loop and go back to the next element in the sequence. So it exits the loop at that instance. Unlike break, break exits the loop totally. So back here, so let's do that. Continue. So you can see that it prints apple and cherry. Banana is not there. Why is banana not there? Because we use the continue statement. Is that clear? So yeah, range function. I think I've explained how range function works before, so I won't go deeper. But now let's look at this one that has three parameters, unlike what we've seen before. That has one. This one by default starts is zero, and it does not include the stop. This one it has start and stop. Stop is not the value of the stop there will not be included. So it starts from 2 and goes to what 6 minus 1 5. Now step, this last parameter is step. So it's telling us how do you want to increment, how do you want to be changing the value of x. So here for x in range 22 to 20 with the step of 3. So let me write that. So yeah, this one you should see something like this. You should see 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. 20 is not included. Don't forget about that. So you can see 2, 5. So do you have any question? Okay, so let me continue. Okay, so okay, so yeah, let me just continue. Now we've seen. Now let's look at another important thing. Else, we have in conditionals, we have if, elif, and else. The same way we have it in for loops, in loops too. I can use my else statement in loops. Now, how does this work? If the loop should complete without any break statements, without leaving the loop through any break statement, then the else will what will run. But if it does not, the else won't. As you can see here, for x in this, print x, else, print finally finished. So let me run that for you guys to see. As you can see, it gives me print done. Now let me put a break statement here. Now let's look at what happens here. As you can see, my done, the else part did not output because the loop ended due to the break statement, not that it just finished. Let me put 9. We know that 9 is not in our sequence at all. You see, because the loop did not end due to a break statement. So let me use continue and let's see what happens. So it's normal actually if you don't really know or understand how deeply it works now. Yeah, it's normal stuff. But basically, as time goes on, when you practice, you tend to even see new things that you were not taught before. So it's very important to practice actually. As you can see, the continue because the loop did not exit. Because the loop did not exit, I'm having that output. So you can see it's this one because I said if x equals to 8 continue, then I'm not saying she points. So it will first do 2, 5. X is 8, it should just continue. So it won't print that for me. So I don't want it to be in my sequence. That's what that does. Now nested loops is just a way to have two loops inside each other. It's not something that much. Now for x in this particular list, then for y in fruit, point x comma y. So first for x in adj, that's red. X is red. Now for y in fruit, apple, so it will print red comma apple, then red comma because it will not before it goes to this first loop, that's to finish the second loop. So it will start for y in fruit, start here, then this, then it now go back to this loop again and enter big, then this. So that's the sequence. So I'll have red comma apple, red comma banana, red comma cherry. So this red will map to three of them. This big will map to three of them. Then tasty will map to three of them also. So that's how it works. So let's see the code. So as you can see, red apple, red banana, red cherry, big apple, big banana, big cherry, tasty apple. So basically, as a recap now, for F in ADJ, that's red. For Y in this, so I can let me change this color to let me see this to color and this to fruit color. Yeah, fruit. So I just want it to be the name to be descriptive. I think Y is better than fruit in this case. As you can see, let me put red. Okay, yeah. Describe.
Okay, can you see?
So yeah, this is better actually. So yes, we have des comma fruits, and the space we are seeing here is where of this comma. Note that we are having two strings, two strings. So if I do something like this, you can see it's still giving me the space because basically comma adds empty spaces, empty space for us when we are concatenating two things together. So now let's progress. Now the past statement for x in this pass. Now what happens is that pass leaves the loop immediately, does not do anything. But I want to just create an empty function, loop, or if program for generally. Nothing, I don't want to do anything inside at that time. And you want your code to work fine generally. Like other part of the code to work from targeting any error. Just put pass there and that's all. Let me see the value of x when I want. So let's see the value assigned to x after leaving this loop. 2. Now what happens is this. I'm looping actually. So if you loop, but it does not do anything. So you start from 0. For x in this 0, what should I do? Nothing. It goes again 1. X is now 1. What should I do? Nothing. Then 2. I'm still not doing anything, but x has been saved as 2. So when I leave the loop, my x is 2. So I can just print x and that's 2. So that's what happens. So this is like a simple exercise for us to do. This is like a simple exercise for us to do. Foot equals to this, print x and okay, so the next thing we're also looking at now is data structures generally. So data structures, yeah. Now we have that's week 4. So data structures are what helps us. The data structure is a data organization, management, and storage format that enables efficient access and manipulation. So basically, we have been talking about lists, tuples in the morning, trying to put objects inside something. That's what data structure is about. What is like a container. Variable is a container, but the variable has its own data type. That's the kind of object. For example, now we have human being, we have animal, we have male, we have female. Male and female, we are two different things, right? That's the same we have data type. Integer and strings are two different things. List and tuples are different things. Yeah, they have similar characteristics. They can interact with each other in a particular way. The same way we can interact with a male can interact with a female in a particular way. Now, data structures are just containers that store data in special ways to so they can manage it efficiently. So we've seen data types, integer, strings, boolean, float. So now data structures are more complex data types. List, set, tuples, dictionary, even the range function we saw, it returns an object, range object. Is a data type, is a data structure on its own. It's a data structure on its own. So now the data structure we have in Python, which you can never escape in any of your Python projects, is list. Is very important. If you don't know how to use others well, please know how to use a list well because you can never escape it. Uh it is very efficient. It takes in because of the kind of it is heterogeneous, it is immutable, so it is mutable, so I can change it. Heterogeneous and So heterogeneous means it can contain different data types. So I can have a list inside a list. I can have a string inside a list. I can have a tuple. I can have a dictionary. I can have different stuffs inside a list. For example, your website you have what called JSON files, and so it's a list of tuple. Yeah, so a list of dictionary rather. It contains dictionaries inside it. So that's how it works. Now, in the past, if you wanted to store different values, let's say name, gender, this to create different variables. Like normally, if I want to store my data type, I want to describe myself. Like I can say name equals to this, age is this, um, date is this, date of birth is this. A better way is to use list, as we did earlier. We have a fruits list where we store different fruits, where we store different fruits. Now, a list is identified and created using square brackets. With I believe you all know this before. This is a list. This is a list. Now, see this code snippet. This is my name. This is my gender. This is my age. Now, I created a list. My first list is empty. Nothing is inside. Now, my first list, and I added the name, gender, and age inside it. My name, my gender, my age. This. Now, if I print the first list, my first list zero. So what will be the answer? Let me check. I want you guys to respond to that.
My name.
Very good. Nice one. So what if I do my first list one? What will be the answer?
My gender.
Great. Now, if I do my first list three, what will be the answer?
There's no answer.
So if I run my first list three, what should my terminal give me or my output be? There's no answer
Uh,
actually. So, but my Python not just gonna not give me any answer, right?
You can give list error.
Which kind of error is that, please?
Don't list error. Or let me say index error, index error.
Okay, that's nice. That's very good. So it gives me index error because the largest element has the list has three elements. So the largest index is two, right? So there will be an index error. So let me do that now. My first list. So let me just save it to those values. Since so yeah, I have this. Instead of me writing my these things again, 120, comma 40, I can just do name, comma age, comma gender. Now if I do my first list, sorry, so yeah, let me run this now. I can see it's giving about today. Note that in the list I had name, but see, it's telling me name is a string. And what is the value of name? Babatunde, right? Age 40 is an integer. So then gender is hermaphrodite, a string. Now, if I print my first list for, I have an error. List index out of range. Let me do raise index error. So Okay. Error. It gave me an error actually. There's a way we can do with errors, which we'll see hopefully probably next week or so. Now, see something. So now I see what you go to. We have here name, comma, gender, comma, age is equals to what my first list. Now, because we've created this as a list before, it will automatically put it inside for me. Sorry, sorry. What actually happens there is this. Let me do n, comma m, comma g. Pardon me for using just random letters. Now let me print n. Oh, sorry. Let me this very good. Now this is what we call unpacking. Unpacking is like now I have a list, right? It has three elements. So I want to assign every element. Before you can do something like this, you must know the number of elements inside the particular list or tuple. It is common in tuple actually. Particular element there. So n is the first. I want to. I'm saying that the first element in this list should be saved as n, while the second m element should be m, and the third element should be g. So now I want to print n. About to if I print if I do this now, you can see Ratunde 40 and my full died. So this is a way of getting every element in the list. Now let's see if I put just two elements here. As you can see, it's telling me value error. Too many values to unpack. Expected two. There are too many values to unpack. It's expecting three, but I gave it two. So that's what actually happened there. So do you have any questions or should I just continue? Yeah?
No question, no.
Okay, good. Now, my first list is this. My second list, this. Now, printing my first list zero, that gives me the first element. Now, let's say I want to get the last element in the list. How do I go about that? So, how will I get the last element in the list? So, who can answer that question? Hello? If I want to get the last element in a list, now let's go back to this list here.
I think it is. Is it not dot last?
Oh, I want to
Uh,
get the last element in this list now. So, how do I go about that?
oh, we can check the index at length, total length minus one.
Okay, so I can do L, then len minus 1. Okay, and let's save that to as
Can't
L
see
on.
your screen where you are doing it.
Can you see it now?
Oh yeah, I no, it's not you, it's not you, it's for me.
Oh,
You
so let me.
turned off your video because of bandwidth.
So yeah, let me
Now,
print this now. L underscore. So as let's see what happens. So you can see it's telling me 8, but this code looks is not neat enough, right? There is a better way to do it. So what other way can we actually do this? So basically, we are looking at indexing now. We are indexing in loop in list rather. I
Q,
have
can you turn off your video and turn it on again?
okay. Yes, on this.
Is on.
Okay, yeah.
It's still doing the same thing. I don't know why. I think probably we've exceeded so much bandwidth that is not showing your screen.
Oh,
But we can
can
hear, but I can hear you.
can others talk and like can others talk so they can so I can know if you are the only one or probably it's a general issue.
Uh,
I can see the screen here.
you can
Okay,
see the
okay,
person's screen, like his
Yes, I can.
screen.
Yeah, I can see it here.
okay, that's nice. So geek, go and see a lot of TV.
Wow.
I'm banned down.
Wow.
Yeah. So yes, now. So now who can tell me better way to get the last element in this list? Well, the answer actually is in this place. So I'm to delete some stuff here and leave a particular thing inside. So that's in an int already.
Okay, it should be index minus one.
Oh, very good, very good. So yeah, let's see if this actually works, or we are both wrong. So yeah, it's still the same thing. Eight. So this not better than the first one we had before? Whereas for me, it's better. I don't know if yours for you is not better. So the one thing about code is that your number one, your code should be readable. Your code should be as short as possible, but still readable. So even if you want your code to be very short, there are people that use one line to write. So someone can write in 50 lines. It's what I've explained before. So even if you want your code to be one line, let it be something that we can understand. It's very important. You won't be the only one to be reading your code. You probably be creating frameworks for Python, and people will be using your code in their. People will be installing your library in their own laptop, Python, pip. So your code has to be readable. Now, so let's continue what we were doing before. So I said this one gives me what's minus one, give me the last element. So that's the way to get the last element. Now, if I want to get the second to the last element to be minus two, as you can see, it's giving the second to the last element. So this is what we call negative indexing. I can start from the last and go to the word first. So if I do minus, I want to start from minus one and I want to end at zero. So let's see what this actually gives us. Nothing actually. Good. I love that. If I do minus one, I get an error. Nothing. Still an error, logical error. So now this is called, the same way we have to and set and slicing to. What you do before is indexing.